Okay, I'm going to start with a very simple drawing class for beginners, meaning that all you need is a piece of letter paper or printing paper, ballpoint pen or a pencil, and you can just start by scribbling. Scribble everywhere, just cover the paper with, all you need is just a line, and you can scribble as much as you want, go up and down, do anything you want, make anything you want, just to loosen up the arm. And the idea is that your paper is vertical. If you can just get a box or something and put up a pad of some kind, anything that you can have the paper facing you like this, so you can really go at it with your arm and facing it. I'm left-handed, so my left shoulder is facing the page, my arm is facing the page, it's perpendicular to the page. I'm not facing the paper with my body, I'm facing it with the left shoulder. If you're right-handed, you face it the other way so that your arm is heading into the paper directly, and you can really just kind of have some fun moving your arm and just making marks. This is just to loosen up a bit. Fill the paper with a scribble, like a 3-year-old would, I think 3-year-olds probably draw better than us, but that's because they haven't had any training. Okay, so after you've done that, you could do a few pages of that, and then, get a clean sheet of paper after you're doing 2 or 3 of those. And then we're going to scribble a little bit more with direction, a little bit more direction. And let's scribble with lots of circular springs. You can make springs, you can make little ones, make big ones, just round. Right? Now, if you're right-handed, you might want to go in the other direction. It doesn't matter which direction you go in, whatever's comfortable for you. Make little ones. And you'll notice that it comes with the whole arm. Your wrist doesn't have to move like this. It can lock in, and you can just hold the pencil like this or like this. Any way you want to hold it is fine with me. Whatever's comfortable. I'm comfortable like this when the page is vertical, and I just go at it. Right? Now you can turn the paper over and do it again. Get another sheet of paper. Anything you want. Doesn't have to even be white paper. If it's brown paper, it doesn't matter. We're just, you might, for the most part, throw these out unless you want to keep them. But now the next thing would be that, as opposed to just scribbling springs like that, you could scribble springs that kind of go in one direction. Right? One direction. They could be small. They could be large. Use your whole paper. Use the arm. From the shoulder, there's a round bone there, the rotule, that you can use so the arm can naturally make that curve, like scrambling eggs, Right? But this time we'll go in one direction with each spring, like that. Turn over the paper, do it again. Get your arm used to the idea of turning like that. You can even go in like that. You could go skinny ones, round ones. But the general idea is to get the feeling for a nice flow where you're not kind of thinking, oh, what should I do? No, just make the springs, So after you've done a few of them, then we'll go to another step. You use a lot of paper, that's why it's cheap paper. We're not worried about it. Anybody can get this kind of paper, usually has it in the house. But it doesn't matter what kind of paper it is, as long as you can make a mark with a pencil or a pen or anything. All right, so now we'll take that idea, and instead of making lots of scribbles, let's stay in one place. But this time, whatever you're doing, put your hand against the paper and then start making the movement. And we're going to try and make a circle movement. Right? So you can almost see the after image of the circle. And then when you like it, you can bring your crayon down, because the crayon is right near the paper. Right? Right near the paper. And you can make the movement without touching the paper. That way you can kind of get the feeling for the movement. How big do you want it? You want it small, you want it large? Get the feeling for where you are, and when you feel that it's right, you can start to descend the crayon, you know, like just bring the crayon down to the paper. So what we're going to do is play around with the idea of making circles. You know, if you don't get it right at first, you can keep going in the same place and try to really make it a circle, you know. Use the natural tendency of this arm, which is like a compass, you know. You can go from the elbow a little bit if you want, but it's much more interesting that you get the understanding that it's your shoulder. From the shoulder, the whole arm doesn't have to be totally stiff. You can have a little bit, you know, bit bent a little bit here, like, you know, the elbow's bent, but like scrambling eggs, right? So we're going to make circles. You can make big ones. If you have a big piece of paper, don't hesitate to make big ones. I used to make circles that were about 5 feet wide by knowing that I had 2.5 feet between the pencil and the center of my body, and I could run it around in a big circle and make a 5-foot circle on a big canvas, for example. And okay, once you've done a few pages like that, now we're going to do some orderly, let's put it this way maybe. We'll do some orderly circles. Let's make some lines that go down. Just drop the pencil and make some lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to guide your hand to make the circle. Now we're going to find between a point, any point, from here to here. Give yourself enough room, and then make the shape. We could do it like this if you want, you know, but I prefer, because I have to bend my hand like that to write like that. It's good if you're on a flat table, but then you can't visualize it. I want it to be out facing your page. That's what I usually do when I draw. And then you just make the shape and then descend your crayon. Find a small one here, like between there and there. The idea is to be able to present the circle exactly where you want it. So you have there, and you start by just creating a little movement. And when you feel that it's right, you descend your crayon. Okay? You could go from here to here. This will probably go right off the page. But, you know, you pass through those little points that you've made, and you make a circle. Okay? You can make one a bit smaller. It doesn't matter if one goes through the other and you see them through each other. The idea is to get the feeling for it. And if you feel like going in the other direction, counterclockwise, if you're right-handed, you probably do that. Try it either way and see what you're comfortable with. Because the whole idea of drawing is that you're comfortable, that your body is comfortable making the movement and making the mark. So that your intention isn't inhibited by your body. Your body helps you pass that intention that's in your mind to make the form that you want to make. Okay? We'll stop there and I'll continue later.